Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic. Back to you again with a spooky reading. This time, it's going to be on a conspiracy. It is on the Hollow Earth conspiracy. So a lot of people believe that there is people living inside of the Earth, or there was people living inside of the Earth, and that UFOs came out of it, and this whole other thing. I'm sure you can do a lot of research on the Hollow Earth theory, but I figured I would do a reading to see if there's any legitimacy to it. Is the Earth hollow? Was the Earth hollow at some point? Gonna kind of go ahead and take a look at this. So I'm kind of excited. I don't really know how I feel about this. I know a lot of belief systems and religions and stuff talk about people emerging from the Earth in caves and places. So, you know, it's not super far-fetched for there to be some possibility. So, and a lot of things have said that like creatures came from the Hollow Earth. So there's just a lot of things. So I'm going to do this reading. So remember, these readings all legend friend tapers only, and we're just going to go ahead and dive in and get started. So, all right. Let's see here. So, is it real? Okay, Hermit is reversed, the King of Cups is reversed, and the Five of Pentacles is reversed. So, the Hermit is about being out of your element or out of your comfort zone. It's like pulling someone out of their home. The King of Cups is reversed as well, which means that someone's detached emotionally or distraught emotionally. Here, it's going to be detached emotionally. And the Five of Pentacles is like having power over someone or something. It's not looking so good. Let's pull some further clarification because I think I know what's going on. Knight of Pentacles is inconsistency. Yeah, okay. Sun reversed is a no. And the Four of Pentacles is reversed also, which is a game of telephone, because that's like putting a lot of time and energy and effort in, a selfless energy and not getting the same in return. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Do I believe that something looked like it was coming from the middle of the Earth to a lot of people back in the day when they didn't know any better? Yes. Do I believe that the Earth is hollow or was ever hollow and there was like people or things living there? No. No, I do not believe the Earth was hollow. I do not believe the Hollow Earth theory is actually about the Earth being hollow. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. It's not here in the cards. The cards are very clearly telling me a story of travel. So yep, there's the Devil card. Okay, so interesting here. So to me, this is about, again, and I see this quite often when I do alien readings. I'll put a link to it up there if I remember, but I might not. One of my last alien readings, I've done so many, you can just look it up. Just type Antphrodite alien. But basically what I'm saying is that it seems like to me, portals or dimensional, travel is what we were seeing. Because to me, this is about seeking refuge or things coming in and trying to help or whatever. So to me, it just seems like this is what it looked like. Like it looked like something was coming from a cave or an ocean or the middle of the Earth, but really it was a portal. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing here. This just screams portal to me. It also screams like a lot of energy of like people being ungrateful, which I've seen in my previous readings. A lot of times people wanting to help or maybe seeking refuge or their dimension or planet, where the frig they're from. There was issues there. So I'm just seeing that, allegedly from Chambers only. I'm seeing a lot of that. And then we're looking at the Devil, the Temperance card, and the Ace of Cups reverse. So what's interesting here is this is a game of telephone. And to me, this is also about misrepresenting information. So the big takeaway that I'm seeing from this specific spread in terms of the Hollow Earth theory is it seems like a lot of information was manipulated for personal gain, whether it be financially or for sometimes Devil is about misuse of mysticism. So sometimes that's people who are, wanting to misuse the occult, mysticisms, or somebody who wants to misuse religion or use religion as a tool to control or take over or, power hungry people. So to me, I think a lot of what is being described and the things that they were seeing, I see a lot of this as something that was, oh my God, I just clicked. A lot of this information is being misconstrued on purpose. So that's why we pulled the Devil card, because I'm seeing it in my mind's eye and I'm seeing the correlation. I grew up Catholic. Okay. For those of you who don't know, I grew up Catholic. um I was, I made my communion. I was like I was in religion class, and I was a religion teacher's favorite student because I always asked why, because none of it made sense to me. And I was an altar boy, a whole thing, right? So like I have a lot of the experience, right, of Catholicism, right? And so what I'm seeing here in my mind's eye, the devil card is literal, and I'm seeing like pointing to the ground, someone pointing to the ground, pointing to the devil card, and then laughing. Because if I look down, if I go and look down, 'cause for those of you who don't know, I don't have inner dialogue, so everything is picture. So if I'm saying like I'm hearing something, whatever, it's more visual, but it's easier for me to say that. But I'm going to explain to you what I see. And I see someone laughing because what I see on the floor is a portal. So the depiction of hell, or whatever the case may be, the depiction of a bad place. People always say like hell is like down, like always say like down and heaven's up. The depiction of hell is literally a misrepresentation of portals, dimensional portals, and things, being able to travel or being seen from portals. So to me, it seems like a lot of this information was misused and misconstrued, whether intentionally or not, from a game of telephone. So no, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that it was like the way that it's being described, and I think a lot of it was misconstrued. Some of it on purpose. Yeah, because look, we're looking at the Emperor and the Empress reversed. That's like a king and queen. And the Five of Swords is like, oh crap, like we have to take control. Like, oh my God, like we're missing all of this out. Like, it's almost like when somebody is egotistical and they don't want to seem like they don't know what they're talking about, so they just make up a story to make it seem like they know what they're talking about, so they're in the know. That's what I kind of see for a lot of our leaders and a lot of people in positions of power. It was like, I don't want to see dumb or behind, like let's just manipulate the conversation. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing a lot of not only a game of telephone, I said a million times, but like also like, let's purposely, misconstrue it. And so the Five of Swords is quite interesting as well, because to me, that's like a very immature energy, and to have like what I see here is like Emperor and Empress together, it's like king and queen, mom and dad. I kind of see that as like, let's rework the system, let's rewire, let's assess. It's almost like if someone were to take over and then mansplain creation and be like, no, actually we were created like this, when that's actually not how we were created. And I'm going to be very honest here. If you were to tell me that humans were created through some sort of dimensional portal that we fell through, I would believe you. If someone was like, oh, aliens carried, or tossed, or something happened and it sucked up a bunch of humans and they flew into Earth, I would believe you. Or aliens carried babies to Earth and was just like plopping them down. I believe you, just because I feel like our origin story is not accurate. I know I keep saying it, but I have to do a reading on the Anunnaki soon, because our origin story is not accurate. And I believe that the origin story that's depicted through religious and spiritual means, I feel like is very jaded, based off of portals. I'm seeing portals as dimensional portals are very important. I've been doing a lot of spooky readings, and I've done a lot of alien readings and things like that. And I see dimensional portals all the time. I mean, I've seen it everywhere, and I see interdimensional travel, and I see us being helped by other things, and I see us being ungrateful and us like taking over. So it just seems to me like there is just a puzzle piece missing, and I believe the hollow earth theory is just a stem. It's just another like part of what, really was going on. It's like someone took some portion of that information and then played telephone again. Oh, the earth is hollow. No, there are portals. Death card reverse, Nine of Cups reverse, and the Four of Cups. Again, I don't think something could live in the center of the earth, right? Literally, that's what that's, saying. But it also is an interpretation of like, again, the way things are being portrayed are not exactly the way that they were. I'm also seeing, again, it's almost like if there was a peace treaty that wasn't respected. I'm seeing something that was agreed upon that is not followed through. I'm seeing a betrayal. I'm seeing a wipe out of species. I'm seeing a wipe out of civilization. I wonder if this is also like having to do with dinosaurs, and maybe it has to do with the dragon reading I just did. But it just feels to me like there's just a lot of, I'm seeing like things dying and species dying and the information dying with it. The language is dying with it. Like, I really feel that way. Again, Two of Cups, Judgment card reverse, and the Eight of Wands. I'm also seeing like with people becoming more civilized, humanity becoming more civilized, us evolving, I'm seeing Judgment reverse and Eight of Wands, which tells me like not only are we pulled further away from community, which is obvious, but I'm also seeing a level of embarrassment. Let me see where that's connected to. Oh, that's why. Because it's not us. Okay, I'm going to say something and you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? I don't think you guys realize how many inventions and how much we have advanced in our society over many, 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 many eons at this point, thousands and thousands of years. I don't think you realize that that is not something that we can take credit for. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Swords reverse, and Lover's card, especially with the Judgment card, is like, it wasn't us. It was them. Now, who was them? I don't know, but it wasn't us. I don't think that we are like doing this on our own. I really don't. And so for me, again, I'm seeing like stubbornness. I'm seeing like ego. So I'm seeing like, oh, I'm going to take accountability for this. It was me. It was all me. It was all me. But it's like, was it though? Was it all you? Really? And I'm also seeing like there are scriptures and there are pieces of historical information that we have access to. I'm seeing like books and I'm seeing like a tablet in my mind's eye that we have access to that depict exactly what was going on, but we're interpreting them incorrectly. I think we're taking the interpretation at face value when it's more abstract. And you have to keep in mind that a lot of times people were unsure of where things were. Like, for instance, if you didn't realize, like if you don't know what a portal is, right? So how can you describe a portal? You think something's coming from the ground. I think if they were to look at a lot of old ancient, tablets and history, and they look at it with a different lens of like, okay, so this person is assuming that this thing is walking or this thing is coming from the sky or this thing is coming from the ground. If they were to look at that, I think they would really realize what the story actually is, because it's like, people are just like, oh, like it's a god or whatever, but it's like, no, it's something traveling through a portal. And I'm also looking at the Hierophant. Again, we're looking at a spirituality. The Moon reversed, exposing of secrets, and the Seven of Pentacles, which is out of my comfort zone. I see that as like uncomfortable. To me, I'm seeing this as like a lot of things that people worshipped, a lot of gods that people worshipped, a lot of beings that whatever were literally just things that were traveling through a portal. Like that's it. It was just things that like traveled through the portal, either on purpose or accidentally. It's like if you were to go to a child, right, who's just learning about the world, and you literally took a lighter and you lit the lighter and you made fire, and the child's like, whoa, how'd you do that? And you go, I'm a fire bender. I can create fire from thin air. They would believe you because they don't have the knowledge to back up the fact that, bitch, that's a lighter. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's giving that. That's what it's giving. And I think this is really the stem of what, or the core of what stemmed Hollow Earth theory, is that it's just, there's a lot of travel. I'm seeing interdimensional travel. I'm sorry. It's what I see. You think I'm crazy? Oh, I'll get off the page. But that's what I see. And I'm seeing, again, Magician, Two of Pentacles in the World reverse, which is like not holding up my end of the bargain, taking credit for things I didn't do, ignorance. I still see some sort of treaty. And I've seen this in every fucking reading I've ever done that's like this, that's like has to deal with aliens, interdimensional travel, beings, things like that. Every time I do this, I see a fucking treaty. The Two of Pentacles reverse. Does anybody know what that means? That is, to me, I've seen this over and over again, which like literally looks like a signing of a document. It's like some sort of agreement or treaty. I don't know what that means. Does anybody who's researched this know what that means? I see it every fucking reading and I can't interpret it. And I'm always like trying to ignore it because I'm like, okay, maybe I'm like reading this too directly, but it's there every time. It's like a conversation, a treaty. This is like having a conversation and coming to an agreement, a peace treaty. Sorry, I just knocked the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Wands over. Pick it up. Ow, I just hit my head. Of course I did. Anyways. Yeah, in the world, it's like, like a world leader. Like there's definitely some sort of like agreement. I sound crazy, whatever, I don't care. Six of Wands reversed, Five of Wands reversed, and the Strength card. And there's an avoidance. I will say I definitely think our vibration is too low. I've talked about this before in some of my alien readings. Our vibration is too low for beings to travel to us as easily as they could. When they come into our sphere, it's like they get negative and toxic, and it's like having sludge on them. Because I can see something walking like slow, like molasses when they're here and they can't breathe. And there's like, it's like negative and it's just like makes them feel like shit. It's like having like sludge all over them, or gasoline. When a gas spills into like the ocean, that's what it's like. Three of Cups reversed, Ten of Wands reversed, and the Justice card. Is that what I think it is? Self-sabotage. There's definitely a feeling of we are ungrateful. You reap what you sow. There's definitely a feeling of like you're ungrateful. Like you guys are ungrateful. Like humans are ungrateful. Like I don't care. Like flop if you want to flop. But what's interesting here is that release of burden and that 3 of Cups. What about us intrigues? What is so intriguing about us? I understand. I always see like gold, that they're obsessed with gold. I've always seen like resource gathering, but there's something about us that they're obsessed with. Something about our genetic makeup or our emotions or the way we connect. There's something about us that they're completely obsessed with. I don't know what it is. And this is like some other being is like, there's something about us that they're obsessed. It's something they can't replicate. There's something in us that they cannot replicate, that they've been trying to replicate forever, that they can't replicate. We're an anomaly about this. We can do something or feel something or express something that they can't. There is something about us that they're obsessed. Because I see somebody looking at us being like, how is a creature so stupid and unevolved have access to this thing that we can't have access to? And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Is it love? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's our vibration, the ability to affect every other planet and dimension around us. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But that's something that I'm seeing very strong here. But yeah, in summary, when it comes to Hollow Earth, I mean, I think people were coming and going for a multitude of reasons, resources, helping, things like that. I think that a lot of the ability to travel has been like fucked up, like clogged up. A lot of things were destroyed or fell apart. I definitely think the era of the dinosaurs has a very important, how the dinosaurs were destroyed has an important impact on dimensional travel. I don't know how, but I always see the dinosaurs to me as, I don't know what that means. But the eradication of the dinosaurs and the eradication of a lot of things back then affected the ability to interdimensional travel somehow. So I don't know what to tell you. But that definitely is an important fact of the matter of this, or part of this. And I also really think there's a lot of scriptures and stuff that is verbatim saying things and people are not interpreting them correctly. So I'm going to leave it at that. Do I believe in Hollow Earth theory? No. But I do believe that the reason why people believe this is because they're not aware of interdimensional travel. That's my opinion. So remember, if you like those, follow me, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. Hit the subscribe button down below. And if you'd like to financially support me, there's a $5, $10, and $50 tier for my YouTube memberships. You can get access to exclusive pick a card, story times, and you can win a reading from me. So until next time, bye guys.